Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. It's another cook with me video with yet another small but not so small gadget, but that's something I do on my channel. I love small gadgets that makes life easier generally. Hi, my name is Fikemi. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you again for tuning in. So today's video is all about the multi-function electrothermal pot, or a noodles pot as it's known on the streets of YouTube. It has 4 primary functions, as I'll show you right now, but this is what the box looks like. And it has also, instructions about what it can be used for and the power rating. This is a 600-watt appliance. It doesn't draw too much power, especially when you're using a generator or even on electricity. There's more information about how it works, how you can use it, rules and regulations, instructions, and whatnot before even you attempt to use this gadget. So make sure you read all those before you decide to start using it. So today I'm going to be making a fast and very simple stew. So if that's something you're interested in, then keep on watching. I had already started cooking before I decided to film this video, so the pot itself is already out of the box, but I'm going to be showing you what I have left inside. And this is the colander. That is the steamer part of this cooker. This can be placed over the pot with water in the main compartment and used to steam vegetables, or just warm things generally that just require steam. And for today's meal, it's made out of stainless steel. Not the best in the market, but made out of stainless steel. And for today's meal, accompanying the stew, I'm going to be using my Bento electric lunchbox to boil rice. I do have a video on my channel where I have reviewed this lunchbox. It's a very sturdy box. Yeah. So let's get back into the stew. Today I'm going to be making chicken stew. I already have the chicken boiling in the pot itself. It's a Teflon coated. It has a Teflon coated interior. So if you are using this to cook, you have to use wooden or silicone utensils to make sure you don't, scratch the pot itself. So yeah, so my chicken is cooking. It has a good boil. This pot is really fast. I will put back the volume in some parts of this video just to show you, to let you hear how fast the pot is cooking at. But yeah, the chicken is cooking. I just seasoned and put it in the pot. Now this cooker has 2 speeds or 2 heat levels. It has a number 1 and number 2 heat setting, and also an indicator bulb that shows you when the appliance is on. As with all safety gadgets, make sure that you are properly, you have all the safeties on. So for the main or the secondary course, I'm going to be boiling rice using my Bento lunchbox, like I said in the beginning of this video. This is the raw rice. I'm just going to wash this, put this inside this particular lunchbox, plug it somewhere else, and just, forget about it until it's done. I typically boil rice in this for 30 to 45 minutes, but yeah, that's that. So chicken is boiling. It has gotten a really good bubble or boil going on here. The chicken is almost cooked. I like my chicken being extremely well done, extremely well seasoned. So I'm just going to leave this to keep bubbling and to keep cooking until it is done. Now, if it's one thing, the pot retains a little bit of its heat even after being turned off. So it doesn't stop boiling immediately you turn it off. It still boils gently until it starts reducing or, cooling down in a sense. So yeah, now it's time to start the stew itself. As with any stew, I'm going to be heating up the pot and starting with some palm oil. because I have no intention of frying this. I just want it to be a hybrid cooked slash fried stew. And this cooker, or this thermal pot, gets really hot to the point that if I wanted to blanch this oil, it would have blanched it. But hey, I'm in a confined space, so I have to be very careful with smoke and, just being generally safe. If we're in my kitchen, fine. If I'm not, so I have to be really careful. But it gets really hot to the point where the onions that I added to the pot after, had a good sizzle, had a good, burn about them. I was pleasantly surprised that, what, you can get this hot, this tiny thing. What's the point in having a cooker or a pot then? So yeah, I didn't start with onions, and then at some point I had to turn down the heat because it was really hot, and just, blanch or cook the onions in the oil for a few minutes. I already have my pureed tomato mix. This is a mix of tomatoes, atarodo, that's Scotch bonnet peppers, shombo, bawa, I think, which are chili peppers, I think, or paprika peppers. I think they're paprika peppers, and onions. Yeah, so I already have this. But if it's one thing this particular mix taught me, is that if I want a dry fry, or I want my pepper to be really fried in this pot, then I have to make sure that my pureed pepper, or the sauce itself, I dry it down properly. I have very little or no water in it when I'm about to fry it in this pot, because of the size of the pot, one, and the fact that it really, really splatters, or it splashes out of the pot when it has so much water. So yeah, next time I'm going to do this, it's going to be a very dry fry. And then, yeah, I'll try that some other time. So I'm just going to leave this to cook or to boil. I'm going to season it up, add stock cubes, curry, thyme, Maggi, the whole whatnot. And I'm just going to leave this to sit, to steam, to simmer, to boil. So I've done all that. I've put in the chicken, I've put in my seasoning, and I reduced the heat level to number 1, because this thing was splashing up a storm. It was annoying. So at some point I had to turn it off and then just, allow it to simmer. So that's why I said it's a hybrid between a fried stew and a boiled one. But it's to eat rice. So this consistency was really, really perfect for what I wanted to use it for. It's a small pot, so it's perfect for one meal or 2 servings, or even perfect for someone that lives alone to use to cook. Now, I haven't forgotten about my rice in the bento lunchbox. This is a steaming pot of rice. You saw the quantity of rice I started with. This is what I'm ending with. So yeah, I'm just going to dish this out for you to see what my meal looks like, using 2 really interesting small gadgets. This is lunch for today. And this is how lunch is going to be for the next few days. It's just easier for me to have this, a well-cooked meal at any given point in time. So in my personal opinion, this is something that you could have as a portable cooker. So yeah, give me something that can boil me my protein, my meat, my chicken, and then cook me my stew, to perfection. And at the same time, make this meal something that is quite, nutritious. Yeah. So this is the pot. Anyone can have this. You can go ahead and buy this and use this in a small kitchen, in a hostel, wherever works for you. But it's something I would definitely recommend to anyone that can get this. Yeah. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.